Welcome to the online lecture on branches of microbiology. Today we will discuss about how the microbiology can be applied to the various branches and what are their applications and how it will be useful. All these things we can see. As we all know that microbiology, it covers so many aspects. So the microbiology can be applied to the so many fields and it is having so many branches where we can apply the microbiology. Out of so many, we are focusing on the few branches of microbiology today, which are very, very important. Branches of microbiology. Microbiology, we all know that the scientific study of microorganisms. Microbiology can be divided into the two branches. They are known as the pure microbiology and applied microbiology. What is meant by the pure microbiology means the pure microbiology we are studying only the specific what are the microorganisms and their characteristics, that if you are studying that is known as the pure microbiology is the most fundamental branch in which organisms themselves are examined in depth. What are the different microorganisms? Bacteria, fungi, algae, so few of the protozoans and viruses. If you are studying these microorganisms in depth or their characteristics, whatever regarding all those microorganisms, only if you are studying, then that type of study is known as the pure microbiology. Whereas coming about the second one is known as the applied microbiology. What is meant by applied microbiology? Name itself is explaining applied. That means we are applying the concept of microbiology to various fields so that we can get some advantages or their because of this application of this microbiology to the various fields, we are getting of so many advantages and the benefits to the humankind. See, in applied microbiology, the organisms, whatever the organisms are there, as I explained, the bacteria, viruses, all these, themselves are not studied. We are not studying about them. If we are studying regarding the organisms, that is known as the pure microbiology. Whereas when we are not studying the organisms, we are applying the certain process. Okay, when we are applying these microorganisms to produce something, then we can call that is about the applied microbiology. We will go in detail and their sub branches of pure and applied microbiology. Okay, microbiology can be divided into the two branches known as the pure microbiology and applied microbiology. In the pure microbiology, simply we are focusing on the type of microorganisms and we are studying regarding the depth and the complete information regarding the microorganisms. That is known as the pure microbiology. Whereas the applied microbiology, where we are applying these microorganisms to various fields so that we can have some advantages or about some benefitable products. Next, we will go about the subtopics or about the sub branches of the pure microbiology and the applied microbiology. Simply, I am explaining the branches of microbiology. Okay, based on their applications, we are saying that it is about the pure. This is about the pure microbiology, and this is about the applied microbiology. Okay, under the pure microbiology, as we are saying that we are studying only the microorganisms. If we are studying the bacteria, then it is known as the bacteriology, mycology, phycology, parasitology, immunology, virology, etc. Okay, all these are the studies, the sub-studies of the branches of the pure microbiology. When we are going with the applied microbiology, we can apply, okay, it is having the vast applications of the microbiology. We can apply to them all the fields. Suppose if you are applying to the air, that is about air microbiology, water microbiology, sewage microbiology, soil microbiology, food microbiology, milk, industrial, medical, geo, biotechnology, etc. There is no limitation for the application of microbiology to the various fields. We will go in detail. First, we will go with the pure microbiology. These are the major fields, okay, or the branches we can say under the pure microbiology, of which the first one is about the bacteria. Okay, the microorganisms, if you are studying regarding the bacteria only and their characteristics, everything, if you are studying the morphology, the cultural characteristics, all this, if you are studying regarding the bacteria, that type of study is known as the bacteriology. If you want to study about the fungi, then that type of study is known as the mycology. Next, coming about the study of protozoans. Okay, the study of protozoans is known as the protozoology. And the study of viruses and their viral diseases is known as the virology. And the study of algae is known as the phycology. Okay, these are the major 5 classes of the classes, or we can say the fields or the branches where we can comes under the pure microbiology. Based on the organisms, they are specified as the that type of study. The bacteria, bacteriology; virus, virology; fungi, mycology. And whereas about the study of protozoans and protozoology. Okay, and the study of algae is known as the phycology. Coming to the branches of applied microbiology. Under the applied microbiology, first and foremost, we will go with the pharmaceutical microbiology. These are about what is meant by the pharmaceutical microbiology. We are applying the microbiology to the pharmaceutical sciences, in which what we are studying means we are studying of microorganisms that are pertinent to the production of, okay, that are pertinent to the production of antibiotics, enzymes, vitamins, vaccines, and other pharmaceutical products. Okay, when we are applying the microbiology to the pharmaceutical sciences, so that we can, by using the microorganisms, we can go for the production of the majorly important pharmaceutical products like the antibiotics, enzymes, vitamins, vaccines, serums, etc. Okay, all this can be studied under the pharmaceutical microbiology. Next, coming about the industrial microbiology, which is most important under the where we are applying the various microorganisms to the industrial field, so that we can produce so many industrial products. We will see one by one. Under the industrial microbiology, it is concerned with the industrial uses of microbes. We are using certain microorganisms. What for we are using the microorganisms in the industry means for the production of alcoholic beverages like the like the wine, beer, and the rum, gin, etc. All these are the alcoholic beverages. They can be produced by using the microorganisms. And vitamins, amino acids, enzymes, antibiotics, and other drugs. Okay, under pharmaceutical microbiology, we are focusing only on the pharmaceutical products. Whereas under the industrial microbiology, there is no limit. There's so many industries they are using. They can synthesize the alcoholic beverages, vitamins, amino acids, enzymes, antibiotics, etc. Okay, so many other applications are available where we can use the microorganisms in the industrial level to produce so many useful products for the human life. Coming to the next branch under the applied microbiology is about the medical microbiology, which is one more important one. Under the medical microbiology, that means we are applying the microbiological field or about the microbiology to the medicine. Under the medicine, what we are studying means we are studying about the causative agents of the disease. Okay, when we are studying the medical microbiology, what we are studying means we are studying, suppose so many diseases are there, typhoid, cholera, typhoid, cholera, chickenpox, smallpox, tuberculosis, etc. Okay, when we are studying regarding certain diseases, what is the causative organism and what are the diagnostic agents and what are the preventive measures and what are the treatment, all these things. Okay, all these things we can study under the medical microbiology. Next, coming about the immunology. It deals with the immune system. We all know regarding the immunology. What is meant by the immunology means is the study of immune system. If you are studying about the immune system, what is meant by immunity? Resistance towards the infection. Okay, when we are dealing or to study with the immune system, what the role of the immune system? They protect against the infection and the study of the serological reactions. Okay, when we are studying all these immune system and the serological reaction, that type of study is known as the immunology, and this is the one more important branch under the microbiology. And the next one is about, and coming to the remaining, all these fields are about the miscellaneous. We can see As we are saying, the microbiology, there is no limit. It can be applied to the agricultural field also. We can apply the when the microbiology to the agricultural field, then it is known as the agricultural microbiology. Under this course or about the subject, what we can study means we can study the relationships of microbes and crops and on the control of plant diseases and improvement of yields. Okay, by applying the microbiology, we can study what type of diseases the plants are getting and what is the relation between the plants and the microbes. That means suppose if they attack of these microbes, what type of diseases the plants are getting and how can we control those plant diseases and how can we improve the plant yield by using the microorganisms. Okay, in some extent we can also say that certain we are using microorganisms at the school level. We are having certain idea, if you remember, rhizobium bacterium, okay, which are present at the root nodules. That is the best example. Okay, like that so many other bacteria or the microbes also we can use to improve the yield of the crop or about the plant. All these things regarding the relationships and what type of diseases the plants are getting and their control and their improvement of yields, all these things we can study under the agricultural microbiology. The next branch is about the food microbiology. What the food microbiology it deals is about, it deals with the interaction of microorganisms and food in relation to the food processing, food spoilage, foodborne diseases and their preventions. Okay, under the food microbiology also, that means we can apply the microbiology to the food. That means about under the food what we can study means we are studying about the relation. Okay, similar to the term agricultural microbiology, what relation we are studying means we all know that if the microorganisms attacks the food, definitely the spoilage of the food takes place and it causes, when the food was spoiled, if you are taking that food, it leads to the food poisoning. Okay, like that we are studying about what type of microbes which causes the food spoilage. We can see about the best example is about the yeast. Okay, we can see, okay, for example, if you keep the bread at some place, within 2 to 3 4 days we are getting about the fungi and the bread very easily. Like that, not only the fungi, we can see the pickles also. One most important example, fungi is mostly causing about, because wherever the moist is there, fungi will grow very fastly. That's why we are saying, see, when the pickles are there, we should not having any touch with the water, we are saying. Okay, like that we are studying regarding the what type of microorganisms which causes the spoilage of the food and what type of diseases are occurring, suppose if the spoilage of the food taking place, and how can we prevent the food for by spoilage of the food. Okay, all these prevention methods also we can study under the food microbiology. Next, coming about the dairy microbiology. What is under the dairy? Dairy means milk products. Okay, it deals with the production, maintenance, and quality control of dairy products. What are the different dairy products? Dairy products means milk, curd, cheese, all these things. Milk, curd, cheese, paneer, ghee, yogurt, etc. Okay, not only consider regarding the milk. Okay, all these are the milk products, or about we can say about the dairy products, as they're consisting about high amount of proteins. Therefore, the spoilage of the dairy products is more, or we can say the chances of the spoilage of the dairy products is more because of the high content of the proteins, because the microorganisms they requires more amount of proteins. That's why their attack on the dairy products is also more. Suppose if the microorganisms attacks, definitely the spoilage of the dairy products will take place and the quality will be decreased, and these are the problems associated with the dairy products. Therefore, in the dairy microbiology, they are studying regarding the production and the maintenance. Okay, how can we increase the production and how can we maintain? Maintenance is most important. Maintenance in the quality control. Suppose if you are saying about the milk packets, okay, they are coming from so much of place and they are distributed to the various places. Okay, from so many cities to this to the remote villages also we are getting the milk packets and the cheese or the paneer, etc. Okay, their preservation is most important. So if we are not preserved in a particular conditions, definitely the spoilage will be takes place and it leads to the death, and it leads to the death and various health conditions also. Diseases will comes very easily. Okay, all these things we can study under the dairy microbiology. Next, coming about the air microbiology. What is meant by the air microbiology means, in the first class or the last session, I explained that microorganisms are present everywhere. They are present in the air, soil, land, etc. There is no limit to the microorganisms. Microorganisms present in the air also, everywhere. Not only we cannot restrict that in this place only, in this area of air only the microorganisms are present. They are present everywhere. Okay, therefore under the air microbiology, it deals with the role of aerospora in contamination. Okay, that what type of contamination we are getting, and the spoilage of food. Because see, when the food is exposed, that's why we are saying everybody don't take the food at the outside food, at the street food, because they are not covering the food. Okay, therefore, as that food was exposed to the air, which consisting of so many microorganisms, the spoilage will be taking place more. The chances, okay, the spoilage of food, dissemination of plant and animal diseases through the air. Okay, all these things. Okay, whatever the air which consisting of microorganisms which causes the diseases, not only to the plants, animals, etc. Okay, all these things we can study under the air microbiology. Next, coming about exo microbiology. Exo means outside or external. What external we are studying means it deals with the exploration for microbial life in outer space. If we want to study whether the microbial life is there in the outer of the space of the earth, then that type of study is known as the exomicrobiology. Next, coming about the public health microbiology. Public health microbiology. What is under the public health microbiology means? This is the study or the branch where it is concerned with the monitoring, control, and the spread of diseases in communities. Suppose if crowd is there, okay, when we are talking about the pilgrimatic centers, and very much is a crowd is there in those places or in those cities, okay, highly populated places, we can say. Also said in those places, chances of getting the diseases is very, very more. Okay, in that cases, the municipality, they are taking of so much of care to monitor, to control, and the spread of the diseases. We can see regarding the Kumbh Mela and the Pushkaras, all these things. Okay, there we can studying about what type of diseases we are getting and what types of microbes are there it present. All these things, public health when we are dealing. Okay, that type of microbiology is known as the public health microbiology, which concerns with the monitoring and how can we control the microbes, and what are the chances of spreading the diseases in the communities. All these things we can study under the public health microbiology. And the last one is about the biotechnology. Biotechnology is also a branch comes under the microbiology, which in which the scientific manipulation, we can say biotechnology. What is under the biotechnology? It is of the two words biotechnology. Okay, we know that ology means study of. Tech means technology. Okay, we are applying the technology to where we are applying. Okay, we are applying the technology to the bio means life or about living organisms. What for we are applying the technology to the living organisms? To get the useful products to us. Okay, for the humankind or to the plants or anything. Okay, we will study the scientific manipulation. As we are saying that we are applying the technology, that means we are doing naturally something is there, we are doing some modifications by applying the technology, or we are doing some manipulations or the technology application, the scientific manipulation of living organisms. We can apply this technology, or when we are doing some manipulation, not restricted to any one living organism. We are applying the technology or the manipulation to the plants. Okay, what for we are applying to the plants? To increase the yield, as I explained under the agricultural microbiology. Okay, we can apply the technology or the manipulation to the plants, animals, even the microorganisms also. Because suppose if a microorganism is giving some product, if we want to increase the yield of the organisms, we can apply the technology or the manipulation like that. Scientific manipulation of living organisms, especially at at where we are using this manipulation or technology, at the molecular or genetical level. At the genetical level, we are doing some changes. See how technology was developed. Okay, at molecular and the genetical level, what for we are doing all these things, why we are doing some manipulation, why we are applying the technology to the living organisms, what for we are doing means to produce useful products. By this biotechnology, we are getting so many useful products which are used for the both for the plants or to the animals, and particularly to the humankind. Okay, all these are the various branches comes under the applied microbiology. These are the few I can say these are only the few applied microbiology. So many other applied microbiology branches are also available. Okay, I am restricted here with that of the few branches only. Okay, these are regarding the branches of microbiology. Under the branches of microbiology, just I am revising. It can be divided the branches into two types. That is about the pure microbiology and applied microbiology. And the pure microbiology, when we are focusing only to the microorganisms and their development, and we are studying about the microorganisms in depth regarding everything. Okay, either to the morphology, as I told, morphology, cultural characteristics, everything. If you want to study the biological characteristics, all lessons, if you are studying only regarding the microorganisms, then that is known as the pure microbiology. Applied microbiology means when we are applying the microbiology or the microorganisms to any field. When we are applying to the agriculture, then it is known as agricultural microbiology. When we are applying to the pharmaceutical field, then it is known as the pharmaceutical microbiology. Like that, we can apply to the microbiology to the so many fields. What for we are getting, for to getting certain processes, like certain uses, like whether to improve the yield or to getting the useful products or to prevent the diseases. Medical microbiology, like that, so many things we can study. Under the pure microbiology, we are having the branches like the study of bacteria is known as the bacteriology. When we are studying about the fungi is known as the mycology. When we are studying about the algae is known as the phycology. Virus is known as the virology. Protozoans is known as the protozoology. Coming to the branches of applied microbiology is about the pharmaceutical microbiology and the medical microbiology, industrial microbiology, immunology, agricultural microbiology, food microbiology, dairy microbiology, air microbiology, exomicrobiology, public health microbiology, and biotechnology. Okay, these are, as I told, these are the few branches. These are the not restricted branches.